Hey guys, this is SupPup, and I'm bringing you a Rome Total War online commentary battle. This is a battle that I'm excited to bring you guys because this is my first fight with a subscriber off of YouTube. Now, I am very happy to bring you guys this kind of a fight because I love fighting subscribers off of YouTube. If any of you guys want to verse me, just put it down in the comments. If you want to verse me, just let me know and I'll be happy to verse you. So, this is a 20k CWB battle, which I'm not quite used to because I usually do 15k, but I'm also a big fan of 20k too, so, I like trying things new also. So, my opponent screen name on Rome Total War is Titan. On YouTube, his account name is MrGibsonGuitarMan. So let's take a quick look at each of the armies. I am in command of the Macedonians, and my opponent is in command of the Seleucid Empire. So my army consists of 6 units of archers, and these guys are already opening up on the enemy archers. Next up, I have 6 units of royal pikemen, and these guys are all gold. Next, I have a squadron of Greek cavalry. You can see them right here. And these guys aren't very good cavalry at all, but I have a very special task for them during the battle. And they are gold as well. Next, I have 2 units of light lancers, and these guys are gold-silver. And then finally, I have 4 units of companion cavalry. And these guys are gold with 1 experience chevron each. So they are a very powerful cavalry force. However, not as powerful as my opponent's unless I get him into a trap. Because let's take a look at my opponent's army now. My opponent's army consists of 5 units of archers, and you can see them kind of being shredded by my archers. Behind his archers, he has 6 units of silver shield pikemen, and they are all gold. Behind these guys, he has 2 units of silver shield legionnaires, 1 here and 1 over here. And then finally, the most powerful force of his army, his 6 units of cataphracts that are all gold. So these guys are an extremely powerful hitting force. He has 2 squadrons over here, and then he has 3 squadrons over on his other flank. So you can see me moving around my light lancers and my Greek cavalry, and this is to entice his cataphracts. Because basically, if his cataphracts are gone, it's going to be a very simple matter of cleaning up. So I'm using my Greek cavalry, you can see here, as distraction. I have no intention of getting into engagement. I am merely testing his ability to respond to situations quickly, testing his micro out. Here I had bad micro, and this was a kind of embarrassing moment because I'm trying to test my opponent's micro, and my micro went off a little bit. He was actually able to get 2 cataphract squadrons to be able to get a charge on my archer unit over here, and that routes them. And that was all because I had bad micro there, because I was commanding the left side of the field, and he got a charge on the right, so that was not good for me. But here, I don't know what he was exactly thinking, but I don't think he could have won the range fight anyway, because they were being shredded. But he decided to charge up all his archers, and they just got pounded into dust. And they are all gonna rout. So seeing my victory in the archer fight, I have moved all of my archers behind my royal pike line, and this was to basically just not allow his cavalry to get another charge like he did before. I'm also moving my companions back over to my left, since I had just moved them over to scare off my opponent's cataphracts. He is again going to chase after my light lancers and Greek cavalry, and I'm trying to entice him closer to my line so I can initiate a trap for him. And he's not quite falling for it quite yet, but he does have his general in the vicinity, which is not good for him because I am now going to start shooting arrows right at its units. And I was extremely happy to finally get some shots in on the enemy cataphracts with my archers, because they are the most powerful hitting force of his army. Without them, it's going to be a very simple fight for me. And he is so far portraying pretty good micro of his cavalry. He's keeping them away from my men, and I'm just keep trying to entice him. I really want to get into this cavalry engagement and unleash a little trap for him. You can see I've also moved my companion cavalry squadrons, all of them, over to my left to keep him enticed over here. And at this point he decides to move up his phalanx a little bit, which is a pretty smart idea. He wants to keep me a little off balance, and I basically see this as an opportunity to reform my lines of my pikemen, because they kind of got disturbed with his little cavalry assault on my archers, so I'm just reforming my lines. Now here he is once again charging his cataphracts, and I decide to finally activate my trap, and I'm going to charge with my companions and my Greek cavalry and basically everything I've got. Over on the far left cavalry engagement, I charge my light lancers right in, and that's going to do some terrible shredding action right in the beginning. Right here, one unit of his cataphracts have already routed, and I was thrilled about this because this was the most dangerous part. This fight would determine the match, basically. And with those sets gone, I've basically been able to just isolate his general and another unit of cataphracts. He is trying to send in support with his Silver Shield Legionnaires, but it's just too late. All of his cataphracts have now died, and his general has run away now. Alright, so this is the decisive action that I was talking about. This defined the whole battle here. This is what led to my victory in this fight. So now it is a simple matter of infantry on infantry, except for the units of his cataphracts that are going to stop routing, and this one fresh unit of cataphracts. But as I said, if you look at my cavalry force, which I have reassembled, I have plenty of cavalry in order to take down any threat that he opposes with his. So it's a very bad situation for him now. And with this, I am finally going to move up my Royal Pike line, and this is going to be the decisive action that is necessary to win me the fight. Now, I know that my men can easily win a one-on-one engagement with the Silver Shield pikemen because Royal pikemen are just all around better. But I do not want to allow them to get any flanking action on me with their regrouped units cataphracts or their Silver Shield Legionnaires, and I'm being pretty careful. I basically planned on using these archers to shred up some of the enemy cataphracts, and it works to a good degree. He has also moved his Silver Shield Legionnaires over on his left, and I believe he also moved them to his right. No, he did not, because he saw my cavalry force coming, and I would have easily shredded them. So he is holding back on his right, but his left is still there. And at this point, I've decided to move my cavalry all onto his left flank, my left flank, his right flank, and I've decided to finish up the rest of his cataphracts here. This is just going to be one glorious charge, and I've also decided to launch our hammer and anvil on a couple of his units here. My companions are now just completely destroying these guys, and they are actually going to rout. And this leaves my right flank, my left unit of Royal Pikemen completely unneeded to continue in that fight there. So all I have to do is roll up my opponent's flank now, and it is all over. Here I'm a little bit concerned because he does have his cataphracts behind my lines, but you can already see that his Silver Shield Legionnaires are being quite destroyed. They're not really posing much of a threat to me. And even here, my Royal Pikes have just completely decimated the Silver Shield Pikes. So over here, it's gonna sort of turn into a mosh pit.
Press forward so that the spirit of his army is broken too.
Alright, so that is the second time the enemy general has run in this fight, and I was quite laughing at this point because his general keeps coming back, and it was pretty hilarious. But yeah, here is just the end of the fight. There's really nothing more my opponent can do to really save himself anymore, because all of his units have pretty much been decimated, and I am just charging over the rest of these legionnaires. You can just see these guys they don't have any chance. They just cannot hold out against this mighty force, and they are going to rout. And with this, my opponent admits defeat. Very good game to my opponent. I have loved playing one of my subs. This is my first battle versus a sub. Like I said, his YouTube name is MrGibsonGuitarMan. Make sure to check out his channel. And yeah, like I said, guys, if you ever want to have a fight with me, just leave me a request down in the comments, or if you have a request for like a Macedon versus, I don't know, Greek city-states fight or something like that, like a suggestion for a fight, go ahead, leave that in the comments too, and I'll do my best to put up a video of that as soon as I can. anything like that, I'm happy to do. So with that, guys, I will be seeing you later. See ya.